All right, welcome back. It is Friday the 28th. It's the last day of the month of February. And I tell you what, guys, it's been an horrendous week in crypto. If you're in Bitcoin or any crypto currencies for that matter, it's been absolutely, it's been, it's destroyed the market this week. But if you followed me and watched my video on Monday, we did talk about this potential scenario playing out, and it's pretty much played out. We've just got a few more, I would say, a few more $100 to go to completely fill up this CME gap. So we'll jump into that in just a second. Let's just go over to the dominance. The dominance right now is still currently at 60%, almost 61%. And the altcoins, I'm not even going to show the altcoins. You probably have PTSD if I showed you that. It's terrible right across the board. But if you stick to your plan, whatever plan you have, if you dollar cost averaging, jumping into the space right now, some things are down 40, 50%. So is the bull market over? Are we going into a bear market now for the next 2 years? I don't think so. I think this is probably the final shakeout before the breakout. We see, if you just look at past cycles, we do have Bitcoin in past cycles on the way up to its all-time high, has a 20-25%, sometimes 30%, normally 20-25% pullbacks. And currently I think we've pulled back from the top here. Let's check that out together, probably around 30%. So let's go right from the top to here. We're currently at 28 point, almost a 30% pullback. So like I said on Monday, we could fill up this, and it looks like pretty quickly we're going to fill it up and hopefully have a V-shaped recovery. So in a way, I prefer that we have a quick dump to the downside instead of it being dragged on and we're just bleeding out over weeks and weeks and months, and then we go back into a bear market. Normally this for me indicates we have a quick dump to the downside, and then we have hopefully a V-shaped recovery, and just shows that we're having this shakeout before the breakout. But if you look at the last cycle, the last couple of cycles, we have 20-25% pullbacks. Of course, this is a little bit more, a few percent more, almost at 30%. So I did warn everybody this situation of the CME gap, and 90% of the time CME gaps, again, it just shows here, it's right on point. They tend to get filled up, and this is exactly what has happened. It's almost filled up this CME gap. Now, it hasn't completely closed the gap. So now that we've come all the way down here, I reckon this wick here will get filled up. We will probably fill it up either today or maybe over the weekend, and then going into next week. So bearing in mind it is the end of the month, and hopefully March the 1st is just around the corner, is tomorrow. March, April, we have this V-shaped recovery in Bitcoin, and things can happen so fast. I mean, just look at this. We were at the top here at 108, 109,000, the 20th of January. So it's just over a month ago, and we've fallen 30% down within 3-4 weeks. So it just shows how fast things can move. So in the next 3-4 weeks, we could be right back up here, going towards our $120,000 target. So what I would say is, just to be objective, if we do break below this, then the next targets to start looking at is all the way down here at around 71, 72,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we come and retest the 75k level, but I'd be looking at we've got this huge level of support. This was the consolidation period that we had with Bitcoin last year for about 6 to 8 months. So we do have some huge support coming in. So my opinion, not financial advice of course, is that we will fill up this completely. I don't think we'll come all the way down to 71,000. I think we'll just fill this up going into next week, going into March. Spring, usually people are a bit more optimistic, and then we will jump up and hopefully have that huge V-shape recovery. So that's the weekly time frame. Just to show you the daily, I did speak about this here support. Obviously it's gone now, and we just ripped straight through it, so bye bye to that. And yeah, we broke through this. I did say if you wanted to take a short, you could, and you could have made a nice how much could you have made here if you shorted this at the level I said? You could have made a nice, almost a nice 10% gain. So if anybody shorted that, well done. Personally, I don't. I still believe we're in a bull market, and hopefully we're going to have this kind of V shape here, a recovery in going into March, into April, and then we go up to 120, between 120 150,000 before the end of spring, especially going into the month of May. Usually May is a bad month. So the Bitcoin monthly returns is terrible for February. We're just looking at the last terrible months of February, the one back here in 2014. It wasn't good news in March and April. Yeah, I mean, well, March was minus 17% as well. And then in 2020, we crashed 24% after going down almost 8.5%. But then things picked up in April and May. Well, anyway, it is what it is. This month has been an absolute bore fest in crypto. But if you're dollar cost averaging, if you're sticking to your plan, if you're one of the survivors left in the space, then congratulations, you're not going to sell now, for sure. But I still believe 2025 will be the year of that parabolic bull run. It's been a bit of a damn squib at the moment. Nothing really has happened, but you just got to stay patient. And yeah, hopefully either March and April, we go back into those the territory of 120, 110 to 120,000, like I said, and then towards the end of this year, we have a blow off top. But let's see. I mean, time will tell, of course. And just looking at one more thing, the fear and greed index. This was reading 10% a few days ago. I think it was one of the lowest it's ever been at. Now we're still in the fear. We were in extreme fear, and now we're back at 21% in the fear. And usually when everybody's fearful, that's the time to buy, and the time to sell is when everybody's greedy, when it's consistently in the green, which it was consistently in the green for quite a few weeks, and now we're back in the fear. So weekends are jumping out. For me, I'll be looking at continue doing what I'm doing with gaming and AI, and maybe in the top 10 as well. I know Solana's down considerably, but I've got to check out what is down like 30 to 50%, and maybe jump into more crypto before we go a lot higher. But it's just my opinion, of course. We could go a lot lower. I mean, this could be the start of the bear market. I'm not ruling that out. I don't think so. I think we will go a lot higher, but you just got to look at all variables, all options. I'm in it for the long term, so whatever happens, if we go into a bear market, I don't care. I just keep buying for the next cycle and so on. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you with more videos next week. Bye-bye.